Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, represents you, Scrub Zero. My apologies for not getting this out sooner. Been busy with stuff. May or may not be able to get into it. Well, no, I'll be able to get into it, but right now, I ain't trying to mess nothing up. So, but that's been why I haven't done anything. But alright, here we go. The Giants and Jags, which I should have had done Monday, but but life, man. Any case, Giants won, beating the Jags 23-17 on Sunday. They got big games, and they got big yards in the running game overall. Saquon and Daniel Jones both went over 100. They got one rushing touchdown, and Jones was all right. He went 19 to 30 for 202. Only took one sack. He he's playing better, which is good. I know he won Offensive Player of the Week. I don't know if I would have given it to him personally. But that's only because I hadn't really seen anyone else in the NFC. I mean, I can make an argument for Kyler Murray, but I didn't get to see the other NFC teams play, so I'm not going to say he's unworthy of it. Just that I don't know if he was the best player, if he really was the best player last week. But he got the award, so congrats to him. Be that as it may. Giants had some opportunities. They missed out. They were only 1 of 5 in the red zone as far as touchdowns. They went for it on fourth down one time and missed. I didn't like the decision. The play call wasn't actually bad, just didn't execute. The good thing about that was the defense did go 3 and out. And if you are gonna go for it on fourth down and like inside the 5, that's what you need from your defense. You're basically telling them, yo, if we don't get it, we're counting on you to hold them here and get the ball back for us after. So defense did a good job of that. When they needed to get the stops, they were able to get the stops. We gave up a lot. Giants did give up 6 third down conversions and 2 fourth down conversions. So that wasn't ideal, but they held the Jags scoreless. I thought the last defensive drive for the Giants, there was some calls. There's really that roughing the passer call that that was some BS. Especially when they didn't call the hold, but entertainment. I saw where that was going. Though the Giants did a good job of holding. I think Kirk was the guy who made the last catch, holding him out the end zone. So, they make plays in key situations. My thing is with the Giants, they did get the openest drive touchdown. They gotta be a little better with their consistency. A little, they could be a lot better, but they gotta do better in as far as offensive consistency. I think Mike Kafka passes too much early. He doesn't give up on it, but it's like he wants to pass early and then run late. I wish he would call more run plays early on. Not saying just abandon the pass game, but have it more balanced and let like stick with let Saquon work. Give it to Breida. Like there's ways to still run the ball, but I give the Giants credit for pulling out ways to win. But yeah, they got to do a better job with that. Third down, they were solid, but they got to do a better job defensively. They could be better offensively too, but I could live with 6 of 12. Now the penalties, Three of them came on that last drive because they had to keep the Jags in it. So they ended up with 8 for 67 yards. The Jags had 13 penalties for 81 yards. And then there was the key turnover by ETN in the red zone. That was basically the difference in the game. You could have you're talking about that's points you could have had, at least 3, probably 7, and you get nothing. Special teams also made a key play for the Giants, blocking an extra point attempt. So, the Giants, I just want they just need to do a better job with the run defense, man. I'd like them to get some more pressure, but I think they'll be all right. As far they don't necessarily have to get more sacks. Just they need to not get gashed. They gave up a lot of plays early on, and especially in the run game, it was just all. And the completions they gave up were for big yards. So I'm not. Yeah, as you can. So I'm glad 6-1 is 6-1. I'm glad they're 6-1, but I'm not satisfied with this because I know they're rebuilding, but I mean there's things they're doing that have been well. When they stop the run, they've looked good. It's not that they can't stop the run. It's that a lot of times they're out of position. Like ETN, I know he has a lot of speed. He's not a bad back by any means. He can play. But when I say he's nobody, what I mean by that is that if you play how you're supposed to, if you are actually in position, there's no reason you should be going for these yards. I know they want to get him out in space because he's a speed back. You get him out in space, you let him get to that second level, he could be gone. Though for whatever reason he's had an issue of fumbling in the NFL, but the Giants have had issues with run fits. Guys playing in position, guys being where they need to be, so that's why I'm not impressed with ATN as far as this game. And yes, Sports Adelic, shout out to Sports Adelic. I did see the highlights I did take a look at ATN's college highlights. He's got a lot of speed. He broke through a lot of arm tackles. He could run with some power, but I didn't really see any. I didn't see those physical runs that would make me say, all right, yeah, this guy this is a guy I can get behind, me personally. But yeah, the Giants need to do a better job of defending of the run defense. Daniel Jones is playing well. I'm not ready to say that the kid is the answer at quarterback. I'm not going to say that he should get an extension. What I will say is that he's playing within himself. He's playing well. He's doing better this season than he has in his first 3. And that's a credit to... he has to get credit for that because he still has to be the one out there going and playing. I really give credit to Brian Dable and the coaching staff for having him play as well as he has, because let's be honest, in the first 3 years it's been here and there. It's like he'll have a good game and then it'll go bleh. Good game, then bleh. I thought he played better as far he's won the award 3 times. Daniel Jones, Offensive Player of the Week. He played better against the Saints last year than he has in any game this year, in my opinion. I thought he did a good job in that game. There were some missed opportunities, but he was solid. But even then, last year's game, you could check out the post I made. when I did the recap video last year, I gave him a B+ for the performance. I still can even give him an A. And yeah, he's playing within himself, but he hasn't. But I can't give him an A for anything he's done this season. He's playing well, but just because he's played well so far this season doesn't mean he's a good player. Like, I'm not even willing to necessarily say the Giants are a good team yet, because quite honestly, who have we played? Not even without you see how the games have been this year. Like the Giants haven't played nobody. I'd say the Ravens, if they actually were able to close games. Cowboys haven't played nobody either. Like, outside the Eagles, they haven't played nobody. The Eagles, outside the Dallas game, they haven't played nobody. Like, we thought the Jags would, like, they're doing some good things, but they still got a lot of work to do themselves. And maybe Minnesota at 5-1, but Minnesota looked awful against the Eagles. So, like, no one's really played a good team as far as Dallas, Philly, and New York. Like, no one's really played that good team, and that team play well against them. And you're like, all right, how are we gonna get a win against them? Like, there's none of the wins have had that involved, which is crazy. Eagles can't get it going in the second half for whatever reason. Cowboys have suspect play calling. So the offense. So you be wondering which Cowboys team gonna show up, and then the Giants can't. Giants haven't been able to stop the dang on run since week 2. Like, we have been awful. We didn't really stop the run. We did okay against Green Bay, but that was more so Green Bay not running. They gave up running in the second half for whatever reason. Like, we have not been good against the run. We got to be better. And you look at this game, there was a lot of runs. Like, and teams have been moving up and down the 20s on us, like, the whole year anyway, but, like, the run defense got to be better, man. And I'll get to the other piece of news in my next video with the Giants, so keep a lookout for that. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button, share the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the posts. And once again, shout out to Sportsadelic. Make sure let me make sure I got the channel properly. Make sure you go subscribe to her, Sportsadelic. We got the NFC East Roundtable with Livewire Sports Entertainment every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you go subscribe to them too and check that out. And hope everyone's having a good day. Until next time, I'm Scrub Zero. I'll catch you on the flip side.